Ever wonder what the PlayStation 5 was going to look like? This could be it. More likely it's just a dev kit of the PlayStation 5, but still interesting concept art uncovered from the patent offices showing different angles of this thing. And in this video, we're going to show off the PlayStation 5 humidifier. I mean dev kit. First discovered by Andrew Marmo on Twitter, at least that's the original source that I can find of this. Here is a look at the actual patent that was submitted by Sony Interactive Entertainment. We go through the design number, the application date, and publication date. Here are the views of the design, indication of the product classification, all fun mumbo jumbo, country code, Japan, all the information and everything else. So this is a PDF showing off the PlayStation 5 dev kit. And I can give you guys a little bit of insight working in the industry personally. When I worked on the PlayStation 3 back in the day when I worked at Sony Online Entertainment, we had dev kits at our desks. The original PlayStation 3, the piano, the gigantic one, that was actually what I had at my desk. It was basically the same exact model as what the final version of it was before they gave the revision and made it slimmer and smaller. But the actual piano black PlayStation 3 that everyone got was basically what the dev kit was. With that being said, there is a possibility that the dev kit could actually be the design of the PlayStation 5, or at least something along these lines. Now, we do have some more images from Andrew Marmo in the thread here. Let's take a look at them. It looks like a Star Trek spaceship mixed with a humidifier. I kind of like it though. You see it has like the V shape there. It has all the angles and the perforations for the fan to blow through all the heat out of it. And it looks like an interesting design. Definitely unique, but it has the V. For the 5, I could see them keeping a similar type design for this thing. And it does look very futuristic, I'll give them that. Almost to the point of an eyesore. Let's see, what else do we have for the other images? This is a side view of it looking head on in. Interesting disc area. If that's where the disc goes in, that means it would be like a smaller disc. It wouldn't actually be what the regular CDs or Blu-ray discs look like. Could be a cartridge slot. I mean, it's just a lot of speculation right now on how this thing is even going to input data in the first place. You see those 5 ports there. I'd imagine those are USB ports. Could be power lights for controllers. Could be a number of things. Let's see the back view for the more USB ports and power plug, AC adapter, HDMI out. It looks very weird. And I know a lot of people aren't going to like this thing, but I kind of do. I don't know why. I know it's like super cheesy and way too futuristic, but it's also super unique, and it has one of those quasi-timeless designs that could be generational. Like, people would look back at the PlayStation 5 as they know exactly what it is based off of what the actual console looks like. Whereas if you look back at some of the other PlayStations, they are very similar to each other. They're all basically rectangles. And yeah, the PS2 got slimmer and smaller, but there was nothing really unique about any of them. In fact, if you start thinking about all the consoles throughout the years, the only one that kind of took a step away from the unique square box from the big 3 would be the original Microsoft Xbox with the gigantic X through the top of it. That was really, as far as the major console manufacturers and their biggest consoles, their biggest design changes. I mean, you look at the Wii, the Wii U, the N64, the Super Nintendo, all the way to the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. They're all basic consoles. This is definitely unique. I have no idea how big it will be. Let me see if there's any information on that here. I don't see any size configurations. This is just basically a patent to hold the rights to represent the design of the PlayStation 5 dev kit. If that is indeed what this thing actually is. Very unique design, very interesting. I know a lot of people out there are going to absolutely despise this thing because it's different, but I like different. I like console manufacturers to take chances. I like them to try to separate themselves and their brand from the crowd, and maybe this, at the end of the day, is just a dev kit. But if it is, I have a sneaking suspicion that the final product could look something very similar to this. I mean, why else would they go with such a wild design just for a dev kit? That just wouldn't make very much sense. Let's take a look at what some of the people are saying about this somewhat of a monstrosity PlayStation 5 design. That's an Epson projector, I think. I would absolutely buy the PS5 if it was a butt-ugly monster. I love it. Also, I just realized it's the shape of a V from the top-down perspective, the Roman numeral for 5. Yes, that's very true. Keep in mind, this is what PS4 dev kit looks like, so it doesn't necessarily represent what the console is going to look like. This is very true. Not every design, not every dev kit is actually what the final product is, but like I said, when I worked at Sony Online for the PlayStation 3, it was. So take that for what it's worth. That's a wild-ass console. Some of these angles make it look like a robotic bug. The view looks like the interior of a spaceship. The perspective makes it look concave until you look at 2 foot pads. It's like one of those MC Escher drawings. Oh yeah, with the stairwells and stuff going all around. Yeah, totally. Nito, what the? Isn't that an engine for a motorcycle? It's usual for sketches like this to omit the HDMI port. It shows the HDMI port. Where? Maybe it's one of the 6 on the front. I would not imagine the HDMI would be on the front. Yeah, people are saying it looks like a projector. A lot of people don't like the design of it, but actually want to purchase it anyways just because it's so unique. So, yeah, that's what the crowd is saying about this. But I'd be very interested to hear what you guys think about this found design of the PlayStation 5 dev kit. If you like it, if you don't, if you think this has a potential of being the actual final product for the PlayStation 5, and if so, would you want to buy it based off of how it looks? That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.